So one of the ways that we can help clients gain clarity is if you work with us with either tax planning or if you're like a contract CFO, contract controller client, we do meet periodically.
Hi, I'm Beth Hochberger, CPA, CGMA. This channel covers tax strategies and preparation, real estate finance, and more. Come learn how to grow your business and keep your wealth.
We're going to talk a little bit still on this path about a little derailment from taxes, like take a break after tax season. And then today, what we're going to talk about is finding clarity in the path to growing your business. I know it sounds a little woo-woo. Bear with me. I talk to a lot of business owners day in, day out, so I feel like there's a few things that stick out to me on this process. So let's just hop in. We're going to talk about finding clarity in your path to growing your business. So growing a business is not always easy, right? Sometimes people fall into, oh, I had a great idea, I was in the right place, the right time, the right market, the right conditions, all of those types of things, and boom, it just blew up. Well, that's great. That's not how it works for a lot of people. Even things where you think it should be smooth sailing, like a law practice, a doctor's office, all these things where you're just like, oh, you make so much money, it must not matter. And the reality is it's not true, right? So part of finding the clarity, I feel, often revolves around understanding your numbers. When you talk about like diet and exercise, there's a saying, you can't outrun your mouth, meaning like you can't just exercise if you're eating too much. So there's a similar problem in businesses. You can't outsell your expenses, right? If you can't keep an eye on it, if you can't get a handle on it, if you don't know where the money goes, it's hard to grow your business. And I hear this from so many people. So many people tell me like, especially when we do taxes, what do you mean I made X amount? I don't have $1 in the bank. They can be painful to realize that, oh my God, I owe so much tax, but I don't have the money sitting in the bank account. And by periodically, I mean like at least quarterly, looking at your numbers, looking at what's going on in your business. So one of the ways that we can help clients gain clarity is if you work with us with either tax planning or if you're like a contract CFO, contract controller client, we do meet periodically, right? We will go through like from the micro, like what is this transaction, what is that, to the big picture, right? What do you think is happening this year? Do you have big plans? Is anything abnormal this year versus a different year? Can we try to mitigate taxes? Can we try to help you figure out like, oh, you're bleeding money on this expense, on that? So I really think that having somebody else kind of dig into that mess for you and then hold your hand through it with you is really a great way to help you find clarity, because we're going to look at the business from a different and from an impartial perspective than you will. Right? Because if you look at like your credit card bill, you might be like, I need all these things. And the reality is we all sign up for services that we end up not using, or you sign up for like some monthly recurring thing. You're like, well, I'm just going to try it and see, and then I'll cancel it. And if you don't remember, you never cancel it. And 3 years later, you're still paying for it. I torture my managers with this in my business. I'm like, what is this charge? Are we using this? Right? And I don't mind if you're using it, great. If it helps you be productive, great. But you got to pay attention to what's going on. So I really think that that's part of how you can find clarity to grow your business. And you're going to still anyway see that there are natural hurdles to overcome, right? If you're just getting started, hitting 6 figures might feel like, oh, it's never going to happen, right? When am I going to get there? And then one day you get there, right? But now it's a different kind of crazy, right? The goalposts keep shifting. You're always going to be having a different battle. It's never going to be the same thing. It's not what got you here, what doesn't get you there, right? I hate to throw out all these platitudes, but they're all kind of true because they're based in some kind of reality. So find some clarity, get some financial insights. This is what we do when we work with our clients monthly, quarterly. It's hard annually. It's hard for us really to give you a lot of feedback if it's just once a year. That's why I'll say also, I don't want to be your once a year accountant, right? Work with us more often, especially when you're in a growth trajectory, right? That's a great time to get some of that expert advice from the outside to help you That's what we're here for, right? We do better when you do better. Does not do us any good for our clients to go out of business. So schedule a meeting, get a hold of us. We can help you find clarity, find your path, help you grow your business. And we will see you next time.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more tips on growing your business and your wealth. Bye.